Something quick, since a lot of y'all don't have no comprehension. My brother died. I called Ja to call my little nephew because my nephew wanted to be just like him. Ja called him, showed him some love. I want him to be like Ja, but I don't want my little nephew to be holding guns and thinking holding guns is cool. So Ja deserves all the punishment he's going to get, all that. He has to be held accountable. But we have to make it make sense. ESPN and it was a couple games where the Memphis Grizzlies was coming out and they playing these same songs, making the gun signs to the camera and marching out, getting ready to go play that game, and it was all cool. The NBA, every event, you have these same rappers rapping these same lyrics about guns and shooting at all your events. Just make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Ja needs to be held accountable. Holding guns and all that is not cool. I don't do it. I don't stand for it. I don't support it. But at the same time, make it make sense.
Yo, so that's Steven Jackson's response to this Ja Morant situation. It's crazy because Steven Jackson said a completely different message on Showtime the other day. There was a clip floating around, and he kind of flipped it. I guess he just got to be down. He got to old block Jack back at it. He got to show y'all he down for the culture. And I'm seeing a lot of people trying to make a racial injustice issue out of somebody just making a dumb choice that just happened to be black. Because that's what this is. This is disrespectful to try to make this a black people issue. This is not a ethic issue at all. This kid just did something stupid, and you gonna sit there and compare him to Chris Kaman? I gotta even remind people who Chris Kaman was. He played for those old bad Clippers teams, the dog years with Sean Livingston and Sam Cassell and Chris Kaman. And wasn't he German? Either way, like he put up some old pictures of Chris Kaman. Pictures that were random pictures. This is Chris Kaman. This is way before the social media boom where everybody uses social media. Social media is different than just random pictures. The engagement, the interaction is you can't compare that. This is a whole, just like when people were saying, well, Iverson got in trouble back in the day. Yeah, but when were you ever able to pull your phone out in 2001 and show a visual of Allen Iverson doing anything? You know what I mean? It's not fair, but there was no social media back in those days. So you can't compare just any old body. And if y'all think that comparison is crazy, somebody tried to compare this to Tyler Hero to me this morning. I was on Umar page because Umar posted something and I made a comment and some dude was like, man, did this happen to Tyler Hero? He just tried to come up with a random white guy. Because there's not a lot of them in the NBA, obviously. And he was like, yeah, Tyler Hero, if he would have did this, he wouldn't have got suspended. I'm like, bro, anybody would have got suspended. Like, y'all not looking at the grand scheme. The NBA is like, since they've gone woke, NBA cares. Black Lives Matter was hated on the court, bubble, all of that. We live in an era where there's mass shootings every other day. Cops, if it ain't cops shooting people, there's mass shootings every day. Grocery stores, schools, malls. And you don't see the problem with a superstar player waving a gun? And he's a face of the franchise? He's got a shoe deal. He's got Hulu deal, Nike deal, Powerade. And y'all don't see the issue. I'm like, either y'all are just as stupid and y'all are exposing y'all ignorance, or y'all just like to see people fail. And y'all are egg somebody on just so they could be miserable and lose everything. Because I don't know how. Y'all are, I guess, those friends, the bad influence, that's the devil on the shoulder. Because I don't know how y'all sitting here gassing up some of this shit and making it seem like it's okay. And on that Umar post, he was getting at Malika Andrews. I'm like, I don't like Malika Andrews no more than anybody. I called her out before on this channel. She's a feminist. She has no business being on a channel where like 90% of men watch. But she had Adam Silver on there because he's the commissioner. They did the lottery the other night. And, of course, she brought up what everyone wanted to hear, the Ja Morant story. And people were like, oh, man, we knew she was going to squeal. I'm like, hold up. What logic are we using here? Do you think Adam Silver didn't know about this until she asked him? This was 3 days after the incident. Like, of course he knew. He's the commissioner. This is 3 days after it happened and the Grizzlies suspended him. Why are we sitting there acting like Malika Andrews did him dirty by asking the question? We already knew. She didn't squeal and break the news. Like, stop it, man. Like, y'all are really going out of y'all way and making yourselves look cool. Like, this enablement is beyond me. It's crazy. But to try to make this a racial issue when he just did something stupid. Chris Kaman Go back to that. Chris Kaman was not the face of a franchise. He was not a superstar. He did not have endorsement deals. He was not selling tickets. People in LA were not going to see Chris Kaman. They went to go see the Lakers and Kobe and them. And if you did go see the Clippers, you just went to see the Clippers. You know, Chris Kaman was not on the cover of brochures and ticket packages. Like, stop it, man. You know, and it's the same thing with Tyler Hero. You know, Tyler Hero barely comes off the bench for most teams. He don't sell tickets. He don't move the needle, bro. You got to make that kind of comparison to fit your argument. Then you just need to sit down, bro. You comparing apples to oranges, man. You better off bringing up Luka or Jokic at least. At least they're the faces of a franchise. But don't bring up some random white boy that gets 12 points a game and try to compare him to a superstar in his prime. This is a top 10 player. And then this whole other thing that the NBA wants him to fill. Dog, the last 4 MVPs were your international guys. Embiid this year, Jokic the last 2 years, Giannis before that. LeBron's getting old. They need more American-based top 10 superstars in this league. They need more Ja Morants and Jason Tatums. Why the hell would they want to sabotage Ja's career? It looked like Adam Silver looked like he wanted to cry. He looked like it's not going to be good. Yeah, we know that. He looked like he was ready to cry. Professor X looking ass. He looked shook. You know, they don't want this happening. They done put a lot of money. That's why they put the backpack on him. He got more endorsements than Jokic, and Jokic is a 2-time MVP. And you won't see him on Hulu commercials and all of this other stuff like Ja. So, yeah, some of this stuff, like Steven Jackson is a clown, man. He always felt like he got to relate to the hood and relate to people half his age. Last week, he was posting, rest in peace, a post about some teenage gangbanger from O Block that got killed. I'm like, bro, you was out there as much as you say you be out there. You could have saved that young man. You was out there posted up with a whole bunch of chains on your neck trying to look cool. Like, I don't understand, like, why. I'm 32. I don't care about what a bunch of 20-year-old niggas think about me, if they think I'm cool or not. It's like that episode on Fresh Prince, man, when Will went back to Philly and that guy who whooped his ass and sent him to L.A. in the first place, when he met him, he was like, man, I don't care about impressing nobody, nobody no more. I just care about my people, my rep, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, the fact that you care about what 25-year-olds in the street think of you, and you 45 years old, you work in corporate America, you working with Rachel Nichols. Like, stop it, man. You do not live nowhere near the lifestyle of these people that you want to relate to so bad. It's sad. But to just, and even beyond Steven Jackson, just all of this enablement I'm seeing out here, like, nah, man, we can't, this ain't a black issue. Black people don't got nothing to be ashamed of when it come to Ja Morant. It's a sad issue that is in itself, but don't make this a black culture issue. It ain't nothing to do with that. And as far as, we can't play rap music at NBA games no more. Why? Look, the NBA started influencing hip-hop culture. Allen Iverson really brought it to the NBA. He had to, like, crawl so everybody could walk and run like they are now. I remember when you used to have to wear a suit just to go to a press conference. They made it to where, like, they brought hip-hop culture to the NBA. And why not? It's 90% black league. You got a whole bunch of black guys in their 20s and 30s. Yeah, they happen to listen to hip-hop. So, yeah, they play it on the countdown shows. They play it in the arenas. But the only one who's being influenced negatively about it is him. I don't see Deontay Murray or Trae Young in Atlanta. I don't see them doing anything dumb. And they in the mecca of hip-hop right now. Jason Tatum, you don't see nobody else doing this shit but him. Hold him accountable. You know what I mean? And these rappers, stop comparing your world to their world. You know what I mean? Like, Black Boy, oh, man, but there's nothing wrong with what he did. I'm like, bro, yeah, you a rapper. You could do that, and nobody cares. It won't even go viral. You know, it's like Trae Young live in Atlanta. He can't move the same way the rap niggas in Atlanta move. He'll lose everything. So, I mean, it's just, you got to know what's right from wrong. So, he got to learn his lesson. But O Block Jack is a clown. Like, we knew he was going, like, for him to just switch his whole take on it. And then you see how he tried to, flashing guns is wrong and all, but still, Chris Kaman did this. And I'm like, bruh, stop it, dude. Chris Kaman. I haven't said those words out of my mouth. I don't know how long. I forgot about Chris Kaman. Some of y'all might not even know about Chris Kaman because that's when the Clippers was like, that was like the NBA black hole. You know what I mean? The black hole of the NBA. Like they didn't get any TV games. They were horrible. But let me know what y'all think respectfully in the comments about O Block Jack holding down for Ja Morant.